Good afternoon. My name is Mark Weatherford. I am the Chief Cybersecurity Strategist at vArmour, the data center and cloud security company. I'm also the host of this little video blog that we call Semi-Serious Security, where we realize that security is important and serious, but we don't have to take ourselves too seriously all the time. I'm here today with Alex Kreilein, the brand new CISO for security company Rapid Deploy, based out of South Africa, of all places. Good morning, or good afternoon, Alex.
Good afternoon.
So we're going to talk today about hopefully a couple things that, while Alex thinks is important, and hopefully you'll think is important too. So Alex, you have been in both the public and the private sector.
Yep.
And back now, jumping feet first into the private sector, into the vendor community. What do you see as some of the similarities and some of the challenges between cybersecurity issues in the public and private sector?
Yeah, so I think one issue is always managing up. So being able to express your concerns, the challenges, the values and the benefits to leadership. So making sure that no matter who your boss is, if you're in the .com side or .mil or .gov domain, to really clearly explain what you're trying to accomplish, what the threat is, and what the value and the outcome should be. That's hard no matter where you work or no matter what sector, but in security, I think it's a little tougher too, because the things that we do tend not to be financially focused, right?
Yeah.
We don't have a financial return on investment for a lot of companies. In the public sector, that may be less important because, revenue or return on investment is not necessarily the goal. But like getting a good return on security investment is really the function that needs to be established.
For sure.
Yeah, and that's hard.
So second question. We often hear CISOs or security people say that they need to dumb down their conversations for the board or for the executives in the company. And I've kind of always felt that that's a cop-out, because it's our job to make sure that they understand the gravity, complexity of the security issues we're facing.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, so I'm wearing a suit, so clearly I don't mind.
The first time I've ever seen you in a suit,
yeah,
by
I
the
know.
way.
Yeah, I mean, so it's not like, I dislike talking the language of business. I don't think it's dumber than technical language. I just think it's different. I also think it's your responsibility, if you're in a security leadership role, to train up people who work for you, not to like dumb the conversation down, but you need to make them smarter. And one way to do that is talking in their language. You need to understand that the things that you're doing aren't, being done just because you think they're supposed to. You have to be able to ascribe value to them. And you can't just do things because you think security is some inherent good. It has to be established with the lines of the business or the organization. So yeah, learn to speak a little bit of business. It'll be helpful for your career, but also learn how to educate those people so you can speak to them more in your own technical terms, because that's your job. And if you're failing at doing that, then you're not doing your job.
Yep, amen. So this isn't something that we talked about. It's just struck me with Rapid Deploy is a SaaS-based company.
Yeah.
You're completely in the cloud. You're completely a virtualized environment. What are some of the security challenges that you see, both your new company, but other companies face as they move into this world now where you don't really own anything? Everything's out there.
Yeah, I mean, so we're really trusting Microsoft as our partner because we're an Azure cloud partner. So we're really trusting the work that they do on systems and configuration management, on networking. And so we inherit all the benefits of that, but all the problems as well. So that's probably the first thing. The second piece is that because we're really focused on automation, everything that we do wrong goes wrong at incredible scale very quickly. Yeah. So we have to be really focused, and we have to have really great process and really great methodology. The awesome part is I work with a fantastic team at Rapid Deploy. These guys really are exceptionally methodical and careful and thoughtful. And they're not just developers who are slinging code, they're developers with a heart.
Oh, that's developers with a heart.
Yeah.
That's a first. Okay, so last one.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting ready to move into 2019.
Yeah.
What's one of your predictions, cybersecurity predictions for 2019?
That nothing will change and everything will remain the same. No, well, I think one prediction is I think we'll see more of a widespread deployed use of ransomware. and we'll see that more on low-hanging fruit of state, local, and municipal governments. I think that's going to trigger more regulatory action, or at least more like scrutiny by government organizations.
As someone who worked on the Hill, I
Yeah.
know you know a little bit about that.
Yeah. Members of Congress tend to get freaked out at their own shadow, so they'll definitely get freaked out at your rootkit.
Yep.
I also think that we're going to start seeing a lot more exploitation of just high vulnerability, but low difficult exploitation of systems. That less and less is becoming about bespoke 0 days, and more is just becoming about commodity exploitation.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining me today, Alex.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for being on Semi-Serious Security. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks.
Bye.